it just amazes me how with this whole situ- social media world today, but like even before the whole pandemic and everything, I just little by little been realizing how flip floppy people is. They go in and out of being on your side, but then they be on the opposite side, and they be so concerned about your back your background, your history, meaning your personal life. Like they been so perfect with theirs. Like, why don't people think that if you would have came to be born into life, if you would have came into life being born, and for me, for instance, minus the situation that I have to deal with, and I'm not holding that against nobody, because I guess I had to deal with it because I was born with it. I didn't have a choice, you know. And I feel like if I would have been born into life without it, I feel like as far as who I've dealt with, I feel like I still would have dealt with the same people or same amount of people or whatever it is. It might even be that I still wouldn't have no kids, just you just don't know. I don't know. And I'm not faulting myself for that. I just wish that the direct directory or the projection that people be trying to put out there, like they just so fucking perfect. Like they don't got nothing that they don't like that they done did in the past. They don't got no flaws. They didn't do this, they didn't do that. Like, are you serious? Are you really serious? And then the other ones, they not even old enough to even know where they life gonna go or who they gonna deal with, and this, that, and third. But they still be trying to, like, you know, have something to say. I know people are guaranteed their opinion about whatever, but that's the thing with me. Even through everything that I've been dealing with, being put out here to myself to be with myself, I have never been feeling like I've been coming up against nobody to the point where that they've been doing me, like making them feel like, you know, their life is nothing. Like making them feel to the point where, like, just like really on some real low. I haven't done that. I don't know, I haven't done that to nobody. Cause I don't like that feeling, and I wouldn't want to be doing that to nobody else. But one thing I am gonna do, I am gonna protect myself because I'm grown. I'm a female. I am by myself right now. I'm not in a relationship, so I am gonna protect myself. I am gonna stand up for myself. I know when to hold back. Majority of the time, when I'm out, and especially when I'm working, majority of the time I know how to hold back. Sometimes I might come back with a little comeback, little whatever, but it's because I know that people be automatically trying to give that to me. Sometimes it be more playful. Sometimes it be more like, a target, like to hit you where it hurt, like trying to be literally trying to be funny and stuff. And it's like people just don't have no clue really where they life gonna go, what they gonna experience, what they gonna deal with, who they gonna deal with. But then they still want to come at you like, oh, you did this, you did that. Like, the thing is though, nobody ain't been there that have so much to say, male or female. Nobody's been with me. The people that is trying to say stuff, especially whether it's in person or online or whatever have, I haven't dealt with none of y'all. I have not been in no kind of relationship with none of y'all for people to be feeling like they just know what somebody is and all this and that and the third. The only reason why people feel like they could say what the freak they want to say is because I didn't have no choice in the matter of my personal information, which is my thoughts, being put out there in whatever form that it has been done. I don't know. I feel like it has been done through like some kind of social media, some kind of group type thing or something like of the third. Um, and like I said, I didn't have no choice in the matter because once that book with my personal thoughts about things and stuff, once that got out of my possession, it's nothing that I could do. Along with me losing everything else that I had in my storage unit, including my mother's urn with her ashes in it, that I have not gotten them back to me until this day. They still are not in my possession, you know. And people chose to do really, I feel like, effed up stuff because clearly, all my stuff that was in storage, it had like all through the stuff, you would have found something with my name on it. Like I had a thing, I had all my stuff together. Um, I had my little shoebox with all my cards that I done got over the years up until that point that I had put my stuff in storage. I had all my awards through school, in something. And it's like funny though. It's not funny, but it's kind of weird. And I'm gonna use the word weird because I usually don't like to use the word weird because everybody uses so damn much. But now they do, especially after this. When it started after September 2016, everybody started doing using that word. I mean, everybody started using that word because before then, I was not hearing that word like that. I was not. And then little by little, stuff just started progressing and progressing and progressing. And that must have been, how you say, a hint or a notion that I was going to go through this part of my life, this spiritual journey, my family, how you say, because currently they I guess they feel some type of way. So certain immediate family members that I feel like I should be speaking with, I'm not seeing them. I'm not hearing from them. They not showing up at my job, like my current job. Now I don't have other people show up at my current job. People that I don't went to school with. A lot of people, well, a handful of people, I'll say, about a handful of people that I went to high school with, they don't popped up at my job. And it's like, y'all don't think I don't know that y'all been speaking about me or this, that, and the third, some way or form, like through some form or fashion. Y'all don't think that I'm knowing that y'all been like, I don't know, that, or and that y'all know about my journal diary, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, like people do, they think like I don't got no clue about stuff, and then it's like other stuff too. Is like people that I was dealing with on a personal note. You got they people that they dealing with now, you know, trying to like low ball, um, you know, how you say, throw jabs or whatever, saying little funny shit here and there. Like I don't care, but I don't care because at the end of the day, it was my choice to deal with who I chose to deal with when I was dealing with them. That wasn't nobody choice but mine. Mine and the person that who it is. Whether they gonna admit it or not. Cause people is just they like that. I would never not acknowledge somebody unless I'm really on some like bad terms with you where we wasn't getting along, before we like stopped talking or whatever. If it was on bad terms or whatever, it just depends on how it left, it ended or whatever. It's how I would, if I would talk to you. But even if I wasn't talking to you, I would still like acknowledge you. I'm not gonna say that I ain't never dealt with you. Like I could clearly say who I've dealt with, but that's neither here or there. Like I'm just saying, like people feel like because certain stuff got put out or whatever, they just feel like they could just judge a person. But I'm not out here judging people for how many kids they got. I'm not judging people for who they messing with or if they messing with who this, that, and the third. I'm not judging people for that. But I guess I gotta take it because it's people in their opinions and what they think like they think they what they saying is just like everything is that. Like I'm out here 38 years old, about to be 39, still working a regular job like I've been doing prior to this whole thing happening. I've still been working. So I did have to go 6 months without a job from what was that? moved in that other moved in the previous apartment June 2018 to June 2018. So then November 2018 until I got that first retail job, which is May of 2019. That was 6 months without no money. But other than that, all the other time, majority of all the other time, because I still have track of where I've worked at. Now I ain't been at no place 5+ years, but I don't even care about that. I cared about having a paycheck, working, because with help when I was in healthcare, I would normally with healthcare, I would normally try to have if it wasn't a full-time job, I would try to have a backup. So I'll be working one job and I have like another one just so that I know that I have something to back me up. But since I'm not working in that type of environment anymore, I had to depend on what I've been working with, which is this retail stuff. So I'm not really used to it, but nobody can say, "Oh, I don't seen her out there on so and so street trying to sell her body to get money or whatever," or "I seen her over there trying to get drug." Like nobody can never say none of that for me. You can never come out your mouth and say that about me. You can say whatever the fuck you want to say about who I ever dealt with or whatever this, not the third. But one thing a motherfucker cannot say that I done did, you can't say that you see me selling my body, and you can't say that you see me buying no drugs. The only kind of drugs that I won't, if I am gonna get something, it's gonna be some marijuana. But shit, I haven't even smoked a blunt in like it's been what since my cousin passed away. My cousin when I was at the other apartment, my male cousin, it's been like it's been like 2 3 years now. That's crazy. And I'm like really surprised at myself at that because I had end up getting after that happened to him, God rest his soul, I had end up getting a medical marijuana card and didn't even use it. Didn't even use it because I'm trying to be so focused on working and trying to make sure that, I could be able to, like, if I need to get another job, I could get another job because ain't no telling when living up here in New York State, like, how these jobs is really, how these jobs is right now about this whole marijuana thing, even though it's supposed to be legal and all this other stuff. Like, yeah, so I don't care. Like a motherfucker could say whatever they want to say about who I dealt with. Oh, you like trying to say, oh, I didn't do this and I didn't do that. Like whatever, or you done dealt with this person and that person the same. Like they know each. Like I don't give a fuck what nobody say because at the end of the day, it don't even matter. Like I said, I'm not fucking scrutinizing nobody for who they be dealing with, how many kids they got, oh they done dealt with they person's friend and all this stuff. I don't give a fuck about none of that. Cause at the end of the day, 38 years old, I know what the fuck I've been doing. I ain't out here asking nobody for nothing. The only people I deal with is who I know who I deal with. And I know why I deal with them because they're helping me with my housing. So other than that, nobody can say nothing because everything else I had to do by myself. I had to pay rent, half of my rent by myself. I had to do my Argini, my personal products like groceries, All of that I have to fend for myself. I'm not out here asking no person, not no woman, not no man, to do anything for me. So I don't care what people got to say. Like, you're not out here fending for me. I'm fending for me. So if you don't like it, you could where the sun don't shine at, for real. But because people be thinking, because they got their little platforms